What's up, everybody? We're here hanging out, Board Pusher Warehouse today, and we are going back to the basics and going to learn how to grip a board with just your standard black grip tape. So, a couple things you're going to need: skateboard, obviously, your grip tape, a razor blade, a small nail or something to poke through the truck holes, and then something with a metal end on it to scrape around the edge of your deck and find the edge of your board. Screwdrivers work, little metal pole, whatever you have laying around. The nice thing about ordering a board with Board Pusher is it comes with a piece of foam, so you can put this down to protect your freshly printed graphic. So it's also kind of nice to find a spot where your board can overhang some. This will allow your hand to get underneath when trying to cut it out. It just makes it for a lot easier, when you're cutting, and also so you don't have to fight, the table and whatnot. So here we go. Let's get started. Obviously, first thing you want to do is peel the back off your grip tape. You want to hold it, kind of arch it out so you can see the full length of it. You can start at either end, whichever is more comfortable for you. I'm left-handed, so I'm actually put down my right hand first. And I've just kind of got it so that it's right at the edge there. And then I can make sure that it's going to extend past the board on the other side. So once I have it, I'm going to hold it with my left hand and use my right hand to kind of pat and kind of inch down the board, trying not to get air bubbles as I go. But if you do get air bubbles, it's not a big deal. All you have to do is take that razor blade and stab it a few times, and you'll be able to push the air right out. So we're almost to the tip here. Oh, see, got an air bubble right there. I'm going to try to push it first. Because I lightly tapped it, I'm able to push this one out. But if you pushed hard and aren't able to get it out, like I said, all you have to do is just give a couple pokes with the razor blade. Now I'm pushing a little harder now just to get it down. And then these corners where the wheel well kicks up can be a little bit difficult to get down, so to help you out with that, this is when you're going to want to grab your razor blade and give little diagonal cuts. You can kind of see where the edge of your board is. And then again, you can get down in those corners real nice. Alright, so another trick there, if your hands are hurting from gripping too many, or you've been designing too many skateboards and not skating enough, you can also use the paper at this point and rub hard, and then save your hands from the sandpaper of the grip. Alright, so now we're ready to find the board, because right now it just looks like a rectangle. So here's where you want your piece of metal piping or whatever you have, and you're just going to hold it pretty much level, because again the board's got a curve there with the concave. So if you hold it level, you'll be able to find that top edge, and you're just going to give it a scrape. Alright, so now we can see where the board is. So here comes the part with the razor blade. Now you don't want to stick the razor blade just straight up from the side, because if you do that, the grip tape's going to stick out past the rounded edge of the board. So you need to get up in there. So in order to do that, you're going to hold the razor blade at an angle. I really find that if you hold, this looks like an eagle claw hand or something, but if you hold the razor blade kind of locked in, you can use the board as a guide in your finger. so that you can just cut like that and use your fingers to follow the edge of the board. So I normally start up in the corner, just poke through. Again, I'm using my hands as that guide. And I'm dragging straight down. And when I approach the curve, I stop. And I kind of do a hook motion just to get it in one pass. So with my arm wrapped around the board, I'm pulling around. And this time I'm not going to stop until I get to the next curve. And again, stick it out so that I can get under it. And then one more hook. And meet up from where you started. So, don't throw this away yet. You're going to go ahead and fold it in half. And then right where you made those cuts earlier at the wheel well, you can give a little break. Now you have this scrap piece. What you want to do here is hold it in your hand and just give the edge a nice hard push down and stand while you do it. This is going to do two things. One, it's going to help clean up any mistakes you might have made as you were pulling, so it'll just give it even looking cut. And it will also help keep the edges down so that when you're doing your flip tricks or whatever, it'll just help keep the grip tape down even when it hits the asphalt. Now, it's leaving a dust layer in. I'm really not scraping in that far. I'm just taking the edge off. So you're not really losing any grip there. If anything, it just helps your foot flick off the board a little smoother. So, with just the edge done, don't need that anymore. Give it a couple taps to knock some of the dust off. Flip her over. Now you're going to use that little nail. I normally try to use something really skinny and give a couple pokes, because if you use a fat nail, sometimes it can push your grip tape up off the top before it breaks through. So a few small holes go a long way than one big one. Flip it back over. You can use the nail again to kind of clean it out if you really want, but the bolts will go straight through that at this point. But you still want to give just a little thumb press over all the truck holes just to make sure that the grip tape stays down. Alright, well, that's really about it. There's a grip board for you, and yeah, it's basically ready for trucks and wheels and ready to skate. Take care.